Hey peoples, this is another movie review of the movie Between Two Ferns, the movie. As always, I want to say thank you for listening, that really means a lot to me. And on to the review. So Between Two Ferns is about a guy named Zach Galifianakis who has aspirations of one day having his own talk show. But right now he has a web show called Between Two Ferns where he interviews celebrities. One day, his studio that he records in floods and everyone is basically out of job for a couple of weeks. But Zach's boss tells him, if you go to the celebrities and you get me 10 more episodes, I will give you your own talk show on TV. And Zach makes a deal, he takes his crew and they go off to interview celebrities. And that's the movie. Between Two Ferns, the movie, is obviously based off the show Between Two Ferns. So this movie is pretty much split up into two parts, which is the interviews and the story they place around the interviews to connect them. The interviews were hilarious. It's basically just Zach Galifianakis roasting other movie stars and celebrities for a good chunk of this movie. It was so funny. That was the best part of the movie for me. At the end of the movie, during the credits, they do show Zach Galifianakis interviewing the celebrities again in some different jokes, and basically Zach either cracking up or the celebrity cracking up. And I don't know how many takes it took them to get through these interviews, but it was really funny. All the jokes in the interviews pretty much land for me. There are a few that just don't make sense in the context of the movie. For instance, he interviews David Letterman. You would think that David Letterman would be one of his idols because Zach wants to be a talk show host and David Letterman was one of the best. But he treats him like every other celebrity, like he has disdain for them and he makes jokes about him. So that one didn't really make sense. Also, before an interview with the celebrity, he walks up to him and the celebrity says, "Oh, I'm from Parks and Rec." And he says, "Oh, finally someone with some sense and who's smart. I usually have to interview these dumb celebrities." That really doesn't make sense because if he wants his own talk show, what is that talk show going to be about on TV? Most talk shows are about interviewing celebrities or having a celebrity guest. Not all of them. Some of them just talk about celebrities. But pretty much all talk shows, unless he's cooking, is about celebrities. So those two didn't really make sense to me. Now, the other portion of the movie, which is the story section, is just pretty much random nonsense sometimes, but it's fun to watch. It seems like they had writers in a room that were just throwing out ideas and they thought they would be fun, and they're fun for the most part. For instance, Will Ferrell pulling out a sword and knighting someone in order to make a deal. Stuff like that happens throughout the movie. And character decisions don't necessarily make sense. For instance, his crew gets mad at him and you would think they would storm off or get upset. Well, they seem like they were, but then the next scene they're with him again during an interview. So it's just whatever when it comes to the storyline. You know, it's just there to connect them to the next interview, so you really don't care. Also, there's a documentary aspect of the movie where Zach Galifianakis is being followed around by a camera crew, but they're not consistent throughout the movie. They maybe show up 3 or 4 times for an actual joke, but for the most part, they vanish. They're just gone, so it's pretty much pointless. But overall, I will say this was very entertaining, but I think it might be more entertaining for people who watch movies because a lot of the guests are movie stars and a lot of the jokes are about the movies that they've been in, so that might benefit people who watch movies more. There is an extra credit scene after the credits, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's it, guys. As always, thank you for listening. Please thumbs up, subscribe, heart, retweet, comment, follow, all those things. I really appreciate it. I hope you continue to have a great day. God bless. I'll talk to you tomorrow.